I'm making this recording for students of the Attract Soulful Love program, those who have attended December 2024, the group coaching session there, and the group coaching session January 2025. I want you to understand that I am in support of progressive individuals experience spousal satisfaction. And so this is what our group coaching sessions are all about. It's about supporting progressive women who are in support of their personal satisfaction move forward into spousal satisfaction. That's really what it's about. And if you are a progressive woman who is in support of your personal satisfaction, then, and you have aspirations to expand your satisfaction into spousal satisfaction or marital satisfaction, if you want to experience a greater level of personal fulfillment, then you're the right student and in the right classroom, because this is what my work is about. So at the first level, we want you to be aware that this is the work between us. Both you and I, we stand for you expanding your personal satisfaction into spousal satisfaction. We are standing together for your personal fulfillment. That's what it's really about. Spousal satisfaction is the area that we are expanding your satisfaction in, and this is what it's really about. It's about marriage, but not just marriage. It's about getting married, but it's not just about getting married. It's about you creating your experience of spousal satisfaction. It's about you getting yourself soulfully married. So this is what it's really about. And this is what I am working towards. So that's my work, to give you the awareness and support for you to move from where you are, progressive woman who is experiencing personal satisfaction, to expand that personal satisfaction and experience spousal satisfaction by attracting a man who is going to support you in having your spousal satisfaction experienced, who's going to fulfill your spousal preferences. That's basically what it is. So if you're interested, then we are a team along with the facilitators working towards your expansion of satisfaction into spousal satisfaction. That's really what it's about. And so last month in December 2024, I pointed out to you, it doesn't matter where you're coming from. Doesn't matter where you're coming from. Whether you're married, divorced in the past, married and divorced, widowed and divorced, divorced and widowed, whatever it is, your past is who you were, and the experience you had at that time for who you were in terms of your spousal satisfaction, your spousal preferences being met. Anyway, you are here now. You are this version of you now, and all we're interested in is you, for who you are now, supporting your spousal satisfaction going forward. So that was one of the main ideas from December 2024. And so we showed you that the mistake that women make is that they focus more on the man and trying to get married. They're reacting to not being married than to be where they are and focus on themselves and focus on their future spousal lives and the marriages they want to have, and to intentionalize those realities and energize those realities. So the focus also included a compelling vision. If you as an adult woman have a compelling vision for your future as a thriving married wife, a married woman as a wife, a thriving wife, then you protect yourself from marrying incorrectly. So the mistakes that women make is that they marry incorrectly. Why? Because they are focused more on the man in want and waiting for one to propose them, or if one does propose them, looking at him and wondering if he is the right one, trying to figure it out. They don't realize how off track they are. So our program gets you to stop doing that and gets you to focus on a compelling vision. And not only that, we support you. We supported you by giving you resources from months ago when we did the pilot workshop. There's a video on how to create a soul love vision. And in addition to that, I've become much more clear in giving you clarity that what spousal preferences are, and they compose of 3 different components. 1 being marital needs, 2 being love desires, and 3 being relational values. These are the basic levels of spousal satisfaction. So we showed you that you can, as an adult woman who is enjoying personal satisfaction through a compelling vision, be transformed to becoming the woman who is married and has a man who's supporting extended satisfaction, expanding your personal satisfaction into spousal satisfaction. So this is how we protect you. Right? We protect you as a progressive woman who is enjoying some degree of personal satisfaction from marrying incorrectly and then having a marriage which curbs your personal satisfaction. That would be an error. So at one level, your involvement in this program actually protects you from entering into a marriage that will block or diminish your personal satisfaction. And that is a win. So this is what we looked at last month, encouraging you to step into a compelling vision, showing you the mistake that you make, clarifying that mistake, and then supporting you to become clear about having what you want, the experience of what you want, how you can get that clarity. So if you know how to get that, you can get yourself married and how to get yourself soulfully married, then you can get on with that. And that's what it's really about. We also looked in last month's session in December 2024 about the blocks, that what keeps you from being an adult woman. And because it's only as an adult woman you can desire a real life satisfying experience beyond fantasy. You know who you are. You know what's going to add to your life. You know the type of person who's going to match you, who's going to complement you, that's going to be compatible. You can, as an adult, recognize what is beneficial for you. You can't do that as a child who's fantasizing. I want somebody to look after me, won't cut it. As a child, I just want to be happy, won't cut it. But as a woman who's saying, I am me, I have a relationship with my Creator, I have a relationship with me, my body, my life, my self, my future self, my after self, my future life, my afterlife, and I have, work that I do or make a contribution. I have a relationship with money. I have a relationship with life. I'm contributing. I have social, relations, and I have my own life. As a woman like that, who is being of value to you, your body, your life, and your future life and your afterlife, you're into your personal satisfaction. You can then recognize who will fit into your life, because that's what a spouse is for. Remember, we always say that the spouse is not the center of your life. It's the last relationship you're going to have before the relationship with your children. First is your Creator, then is you, your body, your life, areas of your life, your future life, your afterlife. You are that woman who has a life. You're living your life. And as you're living your life as an adult, that's where you can attract somebody who is matching you in support of you living your life, and you can be admired by them, your self-caring, your body caring, your life caring, you being you, you doing your thing. They admire you, they want you, you add value to their life, they add value to your life. So, as an adult woman experiencing personal satisfaction, you can then move into interpersonal spousal satisfaction. And if you have blocks, if you don't have that ease, that being pleased with God, if you don't feel free, if you don't feel supported by God, and you think you're trying to have a husband, think he's going to be your God, that's a child, right? And if you're not caring for you, interested in you, you think a husband is going to care for you, take care of you, interested in you, you're in error. You get what I mean? Because your Creator is caring for you and your future husband and children and everybody else. We are in His care already. You just got to be aware of it and experience it. And He's given you the ability to be caring to you, to be interested to you, to play a self-beneficial role in your life. No man is going to do that. And as you know the benefit of God, and you relate to God in a way that benefits you, and you relate to you, your body, your life in a way that benefits you, valuing you, your body, your life, and just, being caring to you, your body, your life, your future life, your afterlife, you become attractive. But if you're not doing that, you're in a child. If you don't have that relationship with God, you don't have that relationship with you, you're in a child, you've got a block. You can't step into the adult and dream as an adult. If you're not focused on your life and enjoying your life and having enjoyment in your life, if you're not aware and experiencing security, if you're not joyfully, if you're not in the joy of being, if you're not joyfully expressing, joyfully applying yourself, if you're not in the joyfulness of your life before a partner, if you don't realize that a partner is a gift I give myself as part of my caring for me, because that's what an adult does. An adult is not only caring for themselves directly, but indirectly caring for themselves as they attract people who care for them. They choose and attract and choose people, select people who are adding to their life. So if you don't care for you, if you don't realize God is caring for you, you won't care for you. And if you don't care for you, you won't attract somebody who cares for you. And you won't be caring to another. So if you got this, you're an adult. And this is what we also work on and support you to upgrade if you require some support around this in my work. But if you are this person without these blocks, then you can dream as an adult what you want, a compelling vision. And you can use the different prompts I've given you to focus on your future spousal self and your future married life and what that looks like as an adult. And then some people might have some barriers in terms of identity and moving forward. You get what I mean? Stepping into that role and having your life shift to get into that role might be, holding you back. So we address some of those barriers. For example, you might be too identified with your children, and you might not be prepared to lead with a spousal role in your life, a believing spouse, and so that can hold you back. And so there's these kind of barriers that you might not be aware and appreciating and receiving. You might not be giving and supporting a win-win. Anyway, we'll talk more about that. But this was last month's session, and it's there to stop you from making the mistake, stop you from getting yourself, creating a problem for yourself, protecting yourself from breaking your own heart, you know what I mean? And that's a win. Anyway, let's talk about this month, January 2025. So I began the session by talking to you about you and that you are successful in different areas of your life. You might not be successful when it comes to relationship because nobody gave you the support, but you are progressive and you are successful. You can learn, grow, and develop. And I ask you to look at which area of your life you're successful so that you can validate that you're successful, and that if you're not successful in relationships or getting yourself married successfully at this particular point, it's because you don't have the support, and that's okay. Now you're getting the support and you'll be able to do it with the support. So we asked you, where in your life are you successful? This is homework. Right? This is for you to look at and clarify. Yes, I am successful. I'm a successful, progressive woman in this area, that area, that area, that area. I'm able to do the following successfully, whatever. And then we asked some questions from students like, what are the elements that made you successful in your life? And this is where I always tell you, as a student, you have to enter a student role. And in the student role, you have to have the elements of what makes you successful as a student. And we looked at that, like who do you listen to and all that sort of thing. And the willingness to learn, the willingness to support change. What are you prepared to put into this? Are you prepared to sacrifice so that you can get the teaching and you can apply the teaching? Are you willing to support change? Are you willing to take responsibility? Are you willing to learn? Or you just want to carry on without stepping into the student role? That's where you can answer that question. That, look, I attend these classes, I listen to these recordings, I take advantage of the facilitators. I'm here and I'm present. What allowed me to succeed in other areas of my life? That go-getting in me. I went to college, I went to school, I went to whatever it is. I did these things, I learned, I did a course. You couldn't say I did a course, but I wasn't there. I was gone for a wedding and I was here, there. I'm just giving examples. I admire the people in the class here who have commitment. But I'm just saying that some people look for like some distant relatives' wedding, I'm going there, you know what I mean, or some friends. They don't prioritize. The area of your life where you had a success and you are successful, you prioritized and you went into the student role. And so we had about 3 or 4 sharings pointing out to you that, are you a student? Are you here really ready to learn? And I invited you to open up to prosperity, that let's become receptive. If this year you did nothing but become receptive and start attracting high-value men, even if you don't select them, but can we have that as a focal point? Do you want to develop a prosperity consciousness where you show up in a way that you're attracting the things that you want? That's a question in itself. And then I went on to talking about prosperity from the question that was asked to me and the response that I gave in the book club sharing. We went through about 10 minutes or so of a 25-minute track. Maybe next month I'll go through more of that track, because you want to become aware of the elements of what makes somebody prosperous, how change occurs. It's not like what you think it is. I'm just going to get this and I'm going to be happy. You have to become a different person who actually attracts what you want. You have to have a different relationship with what you want. So we looked at that, elements of that. And, we had some sharing, and we spoke about the importance of peace consciousness, the importance of coming right with God, practicing peace every day, so that you trust in God and you then can trust in yourself. And then you can be with others without making them the center of your world. You don't lose it with them. You can be at ease, you can be pleased, you can be allowing, you can make better choices, you can choose trustworthy individuals and so on, and how our minds, and our reactivity and all that. We had a little bit sharing about that. And then I ended the session before the break about, this is January 2025, about talking about, yes, where can you get this kind of education? You can do an MBA, you can spend, hundreds of thousands of rands. Today we put our school children through private schools, thousands of rands a month, university, tens of thousands of rands a month sometimes with accommodation and all that sort of thing. But we don't invest in our own education. And here, look at the investment that you're making and what you're gaining from this investment. So then we took our break. After the break, there were a few focal points. There are other things, but a few focal points. And if you, you can go through the materials that we put onto the Ponderers chat for the first introductory track, and then I put the sharings of the 3 students about success and the elements of success. That's also on the Ponderers chat for now. I will remove it in about a week or 2 weeks or so. I'm just making that available to support you, additional support. And you're not paying for that. None of you are paying for this additional support. I'm giving it to you, so it's a gift that at this point you can value it or not. And there is the replay. So if you attend the replays, then after the break you'll get into some of the information that I presented. And it was largely with Rabia and going through the Attract Soulful Love model. And that model is very important because it shows you where you're coming from, being self-defeating, and what it means to be premaritally self-enhancing. So you can listen to one that went by, or the next replay, or both. And, you get that access to that kind of material. It's over 2 hours, but we put it in a slightly faster speed so that you finish off under 2 hours. Saving your time, giving you more information. And you can begin to see where you are in all of that. Where you are in that. Track where you are. Are you still there? And all that. Are you making the mistake? Are you correcting the mistake? Can you begin to see the mistake that you are making? And can you allow that to be so and choose to correct? Can you stop focusing on a man and trying to get married and resisting not being married? And can you let it be, practice patience, let it be, and allow it to be, focus on you and focus on your future spousal self and married life? Can you do that? Can you let it go that you're not married and take it easy, relax, and do the work? Can you choose to create yourself to be a thriving wife? And if you do, then we went into, a brief recap, and you also have material from months gone by about the formula that we use. I gave some examples of spousal preferences, the 3 levels of it. The containment in marital needs, the love desires, and the experience you want to have. That will assist you to focus on your future spousal self and the experience your future spouse is having of spousal satisfaction and a fulfilling marriage. You can have a vision, a compelling vision. You can do that. You can work this particular process. So we encourage you to look at that. And some of you have been married or divorced, or some of you who have been married and the partner has passed on. You can see what was good about that and what wasn't that good, and you can adjust and clarify. This is where it takes an adult to start thinking and reflecting. And instead of just hoping and wishing and, that it's all going to work out, I'm going to find this man who's going to make me happy, all that is infantile. This is where you're functioning as an adult. You're showing God what you want. You are praying. You're saying, this is what I want, spousal satisfaction. This is what I want. Send me a man. Find the way for me. Show me the way, sources unknown, ways unexpected. But the first thing that we spoke about was energizing the first thing we spoke about was the compelling vision and clarifying the compelling vision. And to support you with that, you have that on a recording that's available, that I made available to you. And there's also the last bit, which focused on the other things, but one of the main things is like, if you're buying a jacket, what do you want it for? If you're buying a car, what do you want it for? If you want a house, what do you want it for? To make sure that when you get what you want, you're happy with it. Because firstly, I want to assist you protect yourself from having somebody in your life that diminishes your personal satisfaction, because that would be, setting you back. And secondly, having protected yourself from breaking your heart, we want to support you to make your heart, to go forward and have what you want. So, nothing is as disappointing as when you get something you think you want and then you realize it's not satisfying. So sometimes you might see somebody and you might think and project onto them, he's going to satisfy me. And you want him. And you're sad you're not getting him. And then you force yourself to get him and get him. And then you realize, oh my God, this is better for me in the world. I'm not really entirely happy. You know what I mean? Then you want to take him for counseling and you want him to change and all that sort of thing. So this is why I gave you additional support about essence. Like, what is the essence? What is the features, the form? Don't worry too much about the form. You might say, that guy, I want that guy. So don't worry about the form. I want that house. I want that coat. Maybe you want that coat. But maybe not. Maybe there's a better coat for you. But what you really want is satisfaction. What you really, really want is satisfaction. So that's why we've got to answer these questions. And so at this particular point, you should be very clear about the process of moving forward, at least theoretically, that I've got to be a adult woman who has a compelling vision, and from that vision I intentionalize it, I energize it. That's where we're still going, right? And then I become the woman. I take on the identity of that woman, and then I attract people as I step into that identity. So this is a process we're going to continue with. But where you are now is you're clear that, okay, I've been making a mistake. Most progressive women make the mistake. I know what the mistake is. I don't want to make that mistake. I know what to do. Future spousal satisfaction. I know what it involves. Let me get clear. Ashraf has given me support. I must reflect and think about it and put it down on pen and paper to get clear. Because once you get clear about it, you know about what you want to feel, what you want to experience, what you want to live. Then the essence is there. The features are there, and then Allah will send you the form as you open to receive it. I have no doubt about that. You do your part, Allah does His. When you change what is in your heart, Allah changes your destiny. Allah changes your reality. Allah changes your conditions. You know what I mean? So this is the change we're making in our hearts. And once we make this change in our hearts, Allah will do His part. So this is the basic process. You still got to learn to intentionalize it and energize it and support the transformation of your identity. However, what you have here is a milestone. This is where you can answer these questions that I've given to you, and you can start clarifying your soulful love vision. Every day you reflect on it. What else? What else? What else as a woman? What else would make me a thriving wife? What else would help me? What else? Allah guide me to what is good for me. We'll speak about this intentionalizing in the next session. Anyway, I trust that you understand that this is about spousal satisfaction, not about the past. It's about you now going forward. I trust it's about you understanding that it's the level and quality of student that you are, that you're going to support yourself through receiving this support and this facilitator's support and applying yourself, going to get yourself soulfully married and have Allah provide for you the ideally suitable spouse. I trust you understand that this is about prosperity consciousness and you opening up to receive high quality support. That it's not about the man, it's about the support of the man. You get what I mean? In support of you being pleased as a woman, as a wife, and vice versa. And I trust you understand that there's a flow chart, there's a method here, there's an understanding, there's a science behind this, and why women get stuck and why women keep themselves unmarried and may fall into the never married category of women, and why women actually marry incorrectly and how that happens. You understand the map, the model, and then you know what the correction is, that you see that you've been letting yourself down, and stop doing that. Stop focusing on I'm not married, let me get married, I'm looking for a man, where is he, which man should have been that one, why did he let me down, why did he change his mind, all that, forget about all that. Focus on creating, focus on invoking with your Creator your spousal satisfaction. Created us from one soul into pairs, put us into groups and communities, put from among ourselves, partners for us to take, that we may extend and receive love and compassion with, and dwell in tranquility. This is where you, as a mature adult believing woman, actually self-caring, who is open to the caring of a man, is open to caring for a man, create it, and we can do it. You're not some foolish woman. You're here, you can understand this. You're getting the education you never got before. You're the first real generation of progressive women. You're opening the way for others. You're doing something really amazing. I admire you. So let's do this. Let's do this with sincerity. I'm giving you all the elements. I'm telling you what's required from me to give you the pathway. I'm telling you what's required of you to be interested in really participating as a student. I'm telling you it's really important for you to show up and open up to prosperity consciousness. I'm telling you what the errors are, what the correction is for lack consciousness in that. I'm showing you the whole map. I'm showing you how you correct. I'm showing you what the correction is. I'm showing you how to apply the correction until you are in the experience you want. You are in the reality where you have this man, sources unknown, ways unexpected. You are so pleased and satisfied. You're so grateful. You've expanded your personal satisfaction into spousal satisfaction. You're living a really fulfilled life. You're thankful you met me. You're thankful, that we went through this. That's the future that we're working towards. Some of you will be working with us in the track Soulful Love, teaching as demonstrators and sharers of this with other work, in this work with other women like yourself. So, trust that gives you more clarity about the way forward and what is required of you. Show up as a student, committed to your studies, understand the teaching, apply the teaching, use the facilitation, clarify your compelling vision. That's where you are now. Understand using the concepts that I shared with you of essence, form. Don't worry about form, it's more about essence and features. Once you clarify that, you're becoming magnetic. Your electromagnetics are coming right. You're shifting. You're not the same person anymore. Your level of awareness and experiencing is shifting. You are supporting the change within you. But Allah says He will not change the condition of your people until they themselves change what is in their hearts. You are doing it. And so He will definitely, as you continue to do this and become receptive to the ideal spouse, He will bring them in. You don't have to worry about that. Shukr to Allah who's guided me and strengthens me on the path of human excellence. I trust that has been meaningful for you.